to enter into, and in a sense to share, the mystery of fatherhood. I look sometimes into my child's eyes, and I ask myself whether she can read and sound the depths of love in mine. One day, perhaps, when she has a child of her own, she will understand that the mere fact of her room being next to mine is a happiness to me, and that my sleep is sweeter because of the sense of nearness to her. But in the meantime I often wonder whether as yet she is, even if unconsciously, aware of my love, or whether it is only because I represent to her the buoyant joys of airy uptossings, because I am associated in her thoughts with the eager interest of new toys, and the 1,001 devices which I contrive for her entertainment, that she bounds gleefully in her nurse's arms at the sight of me. Ah, little one, I say to myself, perhaps the heart of the Divine Father may ache as longingly for some sign of his children's love, as mine is now aching to be assured of yours. Were I to pass out of your sight tomorrow, would you forget me as easily as I forget him? Here I am naturally reminded of Mr. William Canton's poem on this very subject, and remembering it, I am silenced as by a rebuke. Instead, therefore, of proffering copper of my own coining, let me assist to circulate the fine gold of his. The poem occurs in The Invisible Playmate and W.V., her book, which stands side by side on my shelf with Mr. Barrie's Margaret Ogilvy. To me it is the Margaret Ogilvy of childhood, and if out of all the literature of the last 10 years only some half-dozen volumes might remain, I should certainly plead that these two be among them. I have a little maid who, when she leaves her father and her father's threshold, grieves, but being gone, and life all holiday, forgets my love and me straightway. Yet when I write, kisses my letters, dancing with delight, cries, "Dearest father," and in all her glee, for one brief livelong hour remembers me. Shall I in anger punish or reprove? Nay, this is natural. She cannot guess how one forgotten feels forgetfulness. And I am glad thinking of her glad face, and send her little tokens of my love. And thou, wouldst thou be wroth in such a case? And crying, Abba, I am fain to think no human father's heart can be so tender as thou art, so quick to feel our love, to feel our pain. When she is froward, querulous, or wild, thou knowest, Abba, how in each offence I stint not patience lest I wrong the child, mistaking for revolt defect of sense, for wilfulness mere sprightliness of mind. Thou know'st how often, seeing I am blind, how when I turn her face against the wall, and leave her in disgrace, and will not look at her or speak at all, I long to speak and long to see her face. And how, when twice, for something grievous done, I could but smite, and though I lightly smote, I felt my heart rise strangling in my throat, and when she wept, I kissed the poor red hands. All these things, Father, a father understands, and am not I thy son? 2. I have told you of the thoughts that come and go in my brain as I lie at night hushing my frightened child to my breast, and watching the little eyelids droop over the tired eyes like the petals of a primrose, as the sense of sweet security and loving companionship lulls her to happy sleep. But the night passes, and it is she and I who are first out of doors in the morning to drink in together a deep, delicious draught of dewy air. There is no such divine intoxicant as is to be found in the blue chalice which morning tilts brimming to our lips. To drink of it is to know why the butterfly is so merry mad that he must needs skip and dance in his flight. It is the magic philtre which lets us into the secret of bird song and flower speech. At the first draught we are aware of voices calling to us from the garden. There is a flutter among the flowers, for the rose which they have been so long expecting has arrived with the dawn, and before they were awake to receive her as became her state. There she stands damask red, and beautiful as some dusky eastern queen, and around her the sweet peas are pouting their pretty lips, piqued at our delay, The white pinks are wearing their best frilled petticoats, and the pansies, aproned in royal purple, are impatiently awaiting our arrival that the Rose Queen and the Child Queen may be duly presented.